Hey guys, how's it going? Solo back with another 2-for-1 special today. I already made a video about Mara. Check that out if you haven't already. But today, my Palantir gang, I know you love Palantir videos, so I got another one for you today, hot off the presses. Spoiler alert though, Palantir did not have a great day today. There really wasn't much news that caused it, but there is one key piece of news about an article that I showed you in a prior Palantir video that I just want to reiterate for all of you option holders or people that are trying to swing trade or maybe scalp some profits off Palantir in the short term. As always, we'll take a look at the overall market in the heat map. We will look at Palantir, how it traded today on Robinhood. We will do some updated technical analysis. I was half right, half incorrect on my prior Palantir predictions, so we'll take a look at that. I'll show you the news article, and as always, we will end the video with option flow data. There were a ton of option sweeps that came through on Mara, some as big as $1.1 million. So stay tuned for that. Let's get right into it. Looking at the overall heat map here, you can see overall green day in the market. The stimulus bill was signed over the weekend despite some back and forth. So that is good to go. Hopefully everyone gets some tendies in their bank account. But overall, the market was green as expected because the stimmy bill was finally passed. But let's get right into it. Let's talk about Palantir to see what happened today. So here's the Palantir graph on Robinhood. You can see we started off the day pretty well. We were actually up 2.6% right up until the opening bell. And then ding, 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 Palantir just sold off and just fell like a rock. It went from $28.48 to about $26 in about an hour. So it went from being up 2.6% to being down over 6%. Had a little bit of a rally, but then just slowly melted away all day long. And we closed the day down 7.6%, and we're pretty much flat in after hours trading. So not a great day, not a great way to start the week on Palantir. We'll take a look at that in a second on the TradingView chart. On the week though, Palantir is also down 11%. So not looking too good for the Palantir gang in the week. For the past month, also down 9.6%. So Palantir not looking so great right now either for the monthly chart. 3 months out, however, you're still looking good. If you've held Palantir for over 3 months, you might be over 150% positive. So longtime Palantir fans are doing okay. People that have been trading Palantir for about a month or a week, you may not be looking so good depending on what positions you had. Let's take a look at the options chain to see how juicy these premiums are right now. So let's say you wanted to do the wheel option strategy on Palantir. Let's see how juicy the premiums are. If we want to start by selling puts, the at the money put, which is $25.50, you would collect $79 in premium for that for a weekly option that expires now in 3 trading days. So it's not fully a weekly option. Remember, today is the beginning of a 4-day trading week. So if you have options expire this week, they expire on Thursday. Just keep that in mind, especially if you're opening new positions. But right now, if you wanted to open up a position that expires this Thursday, you would collect $79 for a total of $25.50 in collateral. So that is a return on risk of 3.1%. Not bad. It's also not the best I've seen. Check out my video on Mara that I released earlier today. Those options are super juicy. So it's doing okay if you're looking to trade a weekly option on Palantir. Like I said, I've seen much worse. Let's take a look at the news article that I wanted to just reiterate. And I've shown you this article before, but I want to make sure you guys have this in the back of your mind if you have shares or options open on Palantir. So here is the Investors Business Daily article, and they actually reproduced this article today right after the market closed at 4:10 p.m. Eastern time. And I want to reiterate that this Credit Suisse analyst, Brad Zelnick, he cut his rating on Palantir to underperform, but he did raise this price target to 17, and he initially had it at 13. So just to reiterate, Palantir right now is trading at $25 and some change, just shy of $26. So he's thinking the price target is actually almost $10 less than where it's trading at right now. And his concern is that just 20 customers account for 60% of their revenue. So that, and the fact that the company is highly dependent on government contracts that may be harder to come by in the future. That's what he does not like about this company, and that's why he downgraded it and has his price target much lower than where the stock is trading at currently. Now, the one thing that I want everybody that has shares or options open on Palantir to keep in mind is that the Palantir lockup agreement on insiders selling their stock expires in mid-February. So if there's some insiders that own shares of stock, in mid-February, they will be allowed to sell off those shares. So if the insiders are not bullish on the company, then come mid-February, we may have a significant sell-off in the stock price. So just keep that in mind if you have some longer dated options or you're thinking about swing trading shares of Palantir. I'm not saying that it's definitely going to go down. It all depends on what the sentiment is for these insiders that hold the Palantir shares. Now, here's some good news that came out today on Palantir. This is an article from The Motley Fool, and they're just talking about a lot of the stocks that IPO'd this year. And of course, one of the big winners was Palantir. And they're saying they're kind of bullish. They have some bullish facts about Palantir because it says Palantir reported a better than expected 52% growth in revenue for its first quarterly report as a public company. It says clients are happy as average revenue per customer is up a healthy 38% year to date compared to where it was a year earlier. Palantir sees its top line rising 42 to 44% this year and 30% the following year. So there's some nice bullish stats to kind of contradict the Credit Suisse analyst bearish sentiment. So let's take a look at TradingView to see what we can make of the updated technical analysis. So here's my graph on TradingView. These are daily candles. We have the 21-day moving average in orange, the 50-day moving average in pink, the RSI at the bottom, and on top of that is the volume bars. So if you've seen my earlier videos, you know I thought that Palantir might sell off to the 21-day moving average and then bounce up and off it. Well, I was half right in that we did have a little bit of a sell-off, but I was wrong in terms of how badly we would sell off. I'm going to delete some of this TA right now so we can update it on the fly. So I thought we would stop right here at about $26 and some change. But as you can see by this big red candle, we actually blew past the 21-day moving average and we stopped on my area of trend or my support level that I drew at about high $25. So I'm glad that this area of support actually held up. So this is going to be what I feel is an accurate area of support right now. Now, tomorrow is going to be a big day because what I want to see is now Palantir going to bounce off this support and continue back up to $26, $27, $28, or is the sell-off going to continue? Because my next area of support is actually at about $24. I will say it's not a very strong area of support because there's not much price data there. The 38.2% Fibonacci level also, however, does line up with that area. So we'll have to wait and see if tomorrow is going to be another red day for Palantir or if we will bounce off this area of support. That's kind of the gamble there. The RSI is at about a little over 54, so not really overbought, definitely not oversold. So that doesn't really help us much. The volume today wasn't that great either. It was kind of in line with what we've been seeing for the past week or two, so can't make too much of that. Honestly, this is another 50-50 shot where it could go either way, up or down. I think we'll have to let the market decide what it wants to do and then trade accordingly. I don't have any shares or options open on Palantir, but if I were to try and open a position in the short term, I would want to see tomorrow, let's say within the first few hours of the market, to see how Palantir wants to trade. If it looks like it's going to continue to sell off, then you may want to hold off, or if it's another red day tomorrow, it might be a great time to sell some cash secured puts to collect that juicy premium and lock in a potentially lower strike price. Let's look at the option flow data to close out the video to see what the big money was doing on Palantir today. So here's the trade UI option flow data. You can see 30 sweeps came in on Palantir today alone. If I scroll down, these green boxes represent call options that were bought. The red boxes represent put options that were bought. So if I scroll down, you can see mostly green. However, there is a decent amount of red put options that were also bought today. The biggest option flow that came in actually came in right at the end of the day, 3:48 p.m. Eastern time, and this was for over $1.1 million. However, the interesting thing about this was a big call option order, but at the $10 strike price. So well below where Palantir is currently trading. And this is for the February 19th, 2021 expiration. So I suspect this was a hedge because somebody bought in the money call option. So this must be a hedge against their larger position that they have in case there is a little bit of a sell-off. But other than that, you can see some other big money did come in. Here's an order for $152,000. Here's one for $154,000, $176,000. So early in the morning, actually, these big orders for over $100,000 were call option orders as well. They were actually leaps January of 2022. So somebody was betting big, and take a look at this, $50 strike. So somebody was betting big on Palantir for the coming year. Let me know if you have shares or options open on Palantir right now. As always, join our Discord server if you're not in there already. Add me on Twitter, add me on Instagram, add me on Reddit. And most importantly, I hope you end the trading week in the green. And honestly, I hope you end the year in the green. Let me know how your year is looking so far. And hopefully we'll start 2021 on a green note as well. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe, and have a good night.